Welcome everybody. Good to see you back here for another video on teaching dive theory here at the Dive Master level. I just want to discuss one of the other subjects here, which is physiology. And again, there's lots of different resources we can use to kind of help guide us and our candidates through some of these exercises for additional skill practice or remediation or whatever it might be to really get these points across, right? All right, one good spot here that we've been referring back to is the Dive Master presentation notes. And so again, you can find these on the pros site in the training hub if you were to filter by the course into the Dive Master section. And then in the other resources section, you'll find that there. And so some places you can find questions that you can review here. This is a great way that this is structured. If you were to go to the physiology section here. And then just for example purposes today, we're going to be looking at responses to thermal changes as the section that I would like to focus on. And then you see here, each of these section headers is a question in itself, which could be a good question for you to utilize as an instructor to help guide discussions on that topic. And you'll see here, how does the body respond to excess heat, right? And then you have lots of different information that you can cover here just below that, right? Describing overheating in this case here, right, and all the way through. And in addition here, you've got the how does the body respond to insufficient heat, again, guiding remediation and more information on that subject just below it here. And you'll see the note here, it says use the following questions to test candidates' understanding and ask candidates to explain their answers. So after you've maybe covered some primer on this subject here for the example of how does the body respond to insufficient heat, you can then go in and really ensure that they understand the subject matter by using these pre-made questions here that we just mentioned. So, and having them fill in the blank, you can help guide the discussion in terms of how they get that answer. Now, if you need to provide additional information, there's lots of reference points for this subject, luckily. So if we were to go into Chapter 9 of the Dive Master e-learning, all right, you'll see in here, I've already selected the section Responses to Thermal Changes, which again, you'll see those two same questions listed here at the top, and I can go into each section or guide my candidates there if they want to self-study that a little bit more prior to showing up. And then again, you've got some questions, the knowledge checks, the exercises at the end of each section that you can use for additional emphasis. You've also got the Dive Theory e-learning here. Again, the same title here. You'll notice a trend, responses to thermal changes. Again, you can find the same two questions in here as well. How does the body respond to insufficient heat and excess heat? And again, you can go to each of those sections and really drive in the information as much as you would like to there, depending on your environment or any knowledge gaps they may have there, right? Also, a very convenient spot to discuss different gear that you might use, right? Particularly for this subject. So maybe exposure protection is something you want to discuss in a little more detail. And you may have some wetsuits or dry suits that you can bring out and discuss features and benefits of, or what kind of packages you may be able to offer your Dive Master candidates with those gear items in them. Finally, another resource is going to be obviously the Encyclopedia of Recreational Diving. And so this here in the digital version of it, if we go to the Physiology of Diving Part 2, you'll see it look like this. And I've got lots of information on those two subjects we just took a look at. Here we have the, the heats, too much and too little. And then you've got applications to diving here in red. Again, you can use these as further discussion points if you want to discuss this in even more detail, right? So lots of different options for you to pull different bits of questions out for the physiology section through these three digital products, as well as the DM presentation notes document that we just took a look at.